In this video, let's talk about the power of the present moment. The power of the present moment. Really? There's no other power but the present moment. It's the ultimate power. Everything is in the present moment. Everything is here and now. Really, the future and the past don't exist. Don't just believe me. Let's look into it ourselves. Let's experience. Let's try and experience the past. So what I want you to do is I want you to leave here and now. I want you to leave this present moment, and I want you to try and go and experience the past. And I'll wait here for you. Let me know when you're back. You're not going anywhere. You can go. Try and experience the past. What about the future? Can you experience the future? Go on. I'll wait. Just tell me what the future's like. Tell me how you experience the future. Maybe bring back something for me. Can you do it? No. Can anyone do it? Has anyone actually been to the past and experienced it and come back to the present moment? Has anyone been to the future, experienced it, maybe brought something back, a souvenir, and come back to the present moment? No. No one has, and no one ever will. And if no one has, and no one ever will, can we even say that why would we believe that it's real? It's our belief in the future, it's our belief in the past that then seems to make it real. Just like you believe you're on a trip to Europe on a plane and the plane's going down. There's some malfunction, the plane's going down, and your trip to Paris is not going to happen, and you're going to die, and then you wake up. It's kind of like that. In the dream, it felt pretty real. But there's just this believing it was real. So when you start seeing the present moment, so when you start seeing the future and the past like that, you can actually experience it. I can't experience it. No one else has experienced. So why do we take it real? Why do we take it for being real? It's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's something that we're just creating out of the belief in the future or the thought of the future. And thinking about the future and just the thought is what is actually the future is made up of. The future is just made up of a thought. You're just thinking about what you can have for dinner tonight. That's a thought. It's not actually the dinner, though. When you actually experience your dinner, you'll be experiencing the dinner here and now. All experiences in your life have happened here and now. There is nothing but here and now. There's nothing but the present moment. It's this continuous present moment that there only is. Time is created by thinking about the past and thinking about the future. Because there's a past and there's a future, there seems to be some distance between the past and the future. The distance between the thought, the distance between the past and the future is time. Here's some space between the past and the future that must be traveled. time, space. But really, is there the space of the future? No, you can't go there. When you go to your dinner tonight, you'll also be here. When you're eating your dinner, the time of the dinner will be experienced as now. We're maybe 5 minutes into this video, but it's still now. There's only now. There's only here. Here and now, the present moment. There's only the present moment. Once you become aware of how illusionary that future is and how illusionary the past is, well, then you stop creating it. See, you're creating the future and you're creating the past. But what does the future actually do to us? Thinking about the future only causes stress, worry, anxiety. And thinking about the past, what does that cause us? Sadness, depression. And in the present moment, we're not really thinking. It's just happening. There's just this happening in the present moment, an inevitable happening that we really don't control because it's already here. How can you control it? It's already here. Go ahead, try and control the next moment. I'll give you another try. Go ahead and now. One more try. And control it. It's inevitable. You can't control it. It's already here. It's always been here and now. Where does it start? Where does it end? There is no start. There is no end. We create that in our mind by saying that there's this past and there's this present and there's this future. So then we create this timeline. But really, the present moment, it's non-linear. It's timeless. It's outside of time. Time is created in the mind, going from past to future, past to future. When you think about what you did this morning, and then you think about what you need to do tonight, well, then now you've created time. But if you continually be aware that there's only here and now, you stop doing that. You stop living in your head, living in the mind, jumping from past to future, past to future. You stop projecting into the future because you're seeing how illusionary it is. So then you find yourself actually just being in the present moment. This is where the power is. This is where life is. Life is this present moment. All the power of life is right here. It's always been here. And you connect to that power. You discover yourself as that power. The more and more present you become. The more present you become, the more aware you are. The more aware of that power you are. You can't find the separation between that power and you. At first, you might have this boundary. Here's me, I'm in the present moment. But then when you're fully present, that boundary just seemed to dissolve. But there's a realization that that boundary never existed. Don't you feel like when you're actually present, fully present, the mental concept of yourself, the me, the I, that thought of I'm doing something, I'm here doing something, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm working. When you're very present, don't you feel like that just dissolves. It's not there anymore. There's just the present moment. That's what I mean. It dissolves. The boundary dissolves. Where are you? There's just an awareness of the present moment. There's an awareness of how full the present moment is. It's lacking nothing. There's no thinking about the future and there's no thinking about the past. It's peaceful. There's happiness. There's joy, tremendous amount of joy. The more you become present, the more you experience that joy. A continuous joy. A joy for no reason. There's nothing that's making you happy when you're in the present moment. Just simply happening. We're so used to creating the future and thinking that new TV, that's going to make me happy. That trip, that's going to make me happy. That big business, that's going to make me happy. That's why we're mentally, we're running from the present moment to the past or to the future. Even though that's an illusion, because you can't actually run from this. It just feels that way when we're thinking about the future. If you're thinking about the future, you're not present. So if you're not present, what are you? Well, you're absent. I'm telling you, there's a power to the present moment, the power of the present moment. If you're not present to the power of the present moment, then you're absent to that power. And if you're absent, then you can't discover it. So if you want to discover the power of the present moment, then start becoming aware. Replay this video, replay that. And if you didn't actually try, there's a lot of people that kind of nod their heads like they're trying to experience the future when really they're not trying. I'll just take your word for it. Actually try, because then you're not believing anything that I say. I don't want you to believe anything that I say. Try yourself and experience it. It needs to be your direct experience. You need to directly experience there's no future. You need to directly experience there's no past. It's when that becomes your direct experience that you're seeing through the illusion. It's like a mirage. It looks like it's there, but when you go closer, when I say try and experience that oasis in the desert, and you try and experience it, I could go. I'll wait. I'm going to wait here for you. Go experience that oasis that you see. And you go and you can't experience it, then that's your own conviction. It's your direct experience. You're not believing me. Right now, in the analogy, it's like we're both looking at it and I'm saying, see that oasis? That's not real. And then you kind of go, looks pretty real. I'm saying go experience it. Go experience. Leave here right now and go experience the future. Whatever thoughts you have about tonight, tomorrow, next week, all those thoughts, you're experiencing those thoughts. You're aware of those thoughts here and now. You're thinking about the future, but the thinking is happening in the present moment. You're thinking about the past, your first kid, you're getting married, graduation, any sort of big milestone that you have a memory of. But go and experience that again. Can you actually go back and experience that? Go back to that place. You can't. Where is it? It's gone. It came and it went. Things that come and go are very illusionary, just like a dream. Just like a dream. I was experiencing being on a plane, but Where's the plane? It's not here. When you wake up, where is it? It's not here. You're like, but I experienced it. I can't touch it. It's so dreamlike. Once you start seeing the future and the past being very dreamlike, very illusionary, very impermanent, they're coming and going. You can create it, and then you can not create it. And when you're not creating the future and you're not creating the past, well, you find yourself where you've always been, but now you're just more aware of it. You find yourself aware of the present moment. And everything that you were chasing in the future, you find here. There's no possibility. How can happiness be in something that's unreal? The only thing that is real is the present moment. And you find yourself more and more present, the less and less you're creating the future and the past and the future. And you'll stop creating the past and the future once you realize how illusionary they are. You'll stop dreaming of the past and the future once you start realizing that really that dream that you're creating actually creates a lot of pain, suffering, stress, aggravation, worry, fear, suffering, unhappiness, dissatisfaction, all the stuff that you don't want to be experiencing. So there needs to be a letting go of that. Once you see it, once you see that it's not really there, it's really easy to let go of it. It's only when you're actually believing it to be real. And if you're just kind of sitting where you are and you're holding on to the belief that the future is real and you're holding on to the belief that the past is real, then that belief is actually the limitation. The very belief that it is real prevents you from actually discovering it. Just like if we were in the desert and you're believing that the oasis is there and you say, no, it's there. I believe it. I'm saying, yeah, but just okay, put that belief aside and just go experience it. You can come back to that belief. You can pick it up. But 10 out of 10 times, what's going to happen is you're going to put it aside and you're going to go experience and you're not going to pick it up. You're going to let go of that belief. Because whatever is in your direct experience, there's no need to believe. I don't need to believe in gravity. If I drop this cup, it's going to fall. I don't need to believe in gravity. I'm not floating. I'm sitting in a chair. It's my direct experience that there's gravity. I don't believe in gravity. So once something becomes in your direct experience, it's very easy to let go of the belief, especially when the experience contradicts your belief. Well, then the belief, what is a belief? A belief is something that I can't admit is true or not true. And the reason why is because I haven't investigated, I haven't explored. So beliefs really prevent me from exploring. Just like I need to explore that oasis. I need to know for myself. I need to know. I don't want to just take your word for it. I need to go discover this. And if I keep going and I keep on discovering that where I thought it was, it's not there. And then I looks a little further. So I go and one more time I keep going. And it's like, okay, I can't discover it. I can't experience this oasis. If I can't experience it, that must mean that it's not real, which is exactly what that mirage is. It's not real. So that's what I'm saying. Try and experience the future. Ask yourself throughout the day, am I here? Is it now? Am I here? Is it now? Am I here and now? What time is it? Is it now? Yeah. Am I here? Yeah. Even if I go over there, I'll experience it as here. Even if I move 100 kilometers away or I travel 100 kilometers away, when I get there, it will always be experienced as here and now. When I go to the moon, even on the moon, it's going to be here and now. There's only here and now. So once you start seeing this is the power of the present moment, the power to be here and now, fully present. The more present you are to that power, the more you discover that power is you. This is the true power of the present moment.